Chloe, I need to talk to you about something.
Yes, Sandra? What is it?
How dare you never visit your in-laws' home? Just who do you think you are?
It's not like I'm the only one who should visit. I don't mean any disrespect.
As the daughter-in-law, you need to be more considerate. I'm the one making the visits, so you better treat me properly.
I'm sorry. I always prepare tea, but…
And the house is never clean enough. I sigh every time I see dust.
I do clean daily, but I'll be more thorough.
Are you really being sincere? Empty apologies mean nothing.
Of course I'm serious about this. I'm not just…
Lazing around the house all day? Why do you pretend to be so busy?
I do actually work from home.
Who would believe that? Stop claiming you work.
I really do work daily on my computer.
Then be more diligent. You can't call it work without results.
I am getting results. My projects are progressing nicely.
Then you should put more effort into housework too. You can't neglect chores.
I do take care of chores too. I wake up early every morning.
Don't lie. Whenever I see you, you're just lounging around.
You must have caught me on a break. It's important to rest between working.
More excuses? You really lack self-awareness as a wife.
That's not true, Sandra.
Wives like you are so frustrating. I need you to shape up.
Yes.
Also, your cooking is mediocre. You should study to improve it. Why not take a cooking class?
Right.
You just go along with whatever anyone tells you. Have your own opinion sometimes.
I do have opinions, but I think your advice is important too.
Such a pushover. You'll struggle forever at this rate. Toughen up. Whatever. I just expect you to put more effort into housekeeping.
Yes, I'll do better from now on.
Chloe, I warned you. But since you wouldn't listen, this is what happens.
What are you talking about? I don't recall anything like that.
Don't play dumb because you're in the wrong.
Huh?
You're unfit to be a wife or daughter-in-law, so you're getting divorced.
Divorced? What are you saying? About my husband and me?
Don't ask stupid questions. Who else would I be talking about? I feel so sorry for my poor son. Having such a hopeless wife. He calls me every day to complain about the stress you cause. Didn't you know that?
There's no reason to insult me like that. But what do you mean about a divorce? I haven't heard anything from Steve.
Oh, really? Steve didn't tell you because he didn't want to hear your nagging. You two are getting divorced. Surprised?
What? You're joking, right? We can't just get divorced.
Divorce, a life's disgrace. This isn't a joke. But I didn't want you lashing out recklessly. I just wanted to confirm over text and see the pathetic divorcee you've become. Send me photos.
What are you talking about? I'm not divorced or struggling at all. Please explain what's happening.
I don't want to hear your excuses. Because of you, my son has suffered so much.
Suffered? Did Steve really say that about me?
Yes. I have to listen to his complaints every single day.
We were just fine. What problems did I cause him?
That's the problem because you don't realize it. He's going to be staying with me for a few days. Pack up your stuff and leave today.
Leave? You mean leave my house? It's him who should leave, isn't it?
What are you talking about? It's obvious that you're the one who should leave the house. Hurry up and pack your bags.
I really don't understand. How did this happen? Also, I'm not going to pack my bags, okay? Steve should be the one packing his stuff.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to crash there? Steve is going to live there, so you better move out.
Sandra, I bought this unit when I was single.
Huh? Really? When you were single?
Yes, that's why. If we are really divorced, Steve has to leave our place.
Huh? You're lying. You're telling me he lied to me? He told me he bought it himself.
Oh, I see. He's trying to put up a big front. I still don't understand the divorce. How do you know we're divorced?
Well, I was the one who filed for it. Duh.
For what? You know that's not okay, right? You signed it for me?
No way, that would be a crime. I'm not that stupid.
Then how?
You two signed divorce papers before getting married, didn't you? As a stupid precaution in case either of you cheated. So you could immediately file for divorce if there was infidelity. You both signed your names, and I took the papers from Steve, so those were your real signatures.
Yes, I remember now. So you're saying you submitted those? But we didn't actually want to get divorced when we signed those. You understand that, right?
I don't care about your feelings. You signed the divorce papers, so you're to blame. I just submitted them as your proxy. My son is meek and sensitive, so he was probably too afraid to tell you directly. I thought you two had properly discussed and decided this together.
Then why didn't you confirm with me first? How could you do something so important without checking?
Check with you? There was no need. Steve said to do it. So, of course, I believed him. I would never doubt my own son over some stranger.
But divorce isn't something that can be done so casually. For you to do it without my consent is way too much.
Shut up! Why am I getting blamed for this? You should be thanking me instead. If I hadn't told you, you'd be obliviously living as a divorced woman.
That may be so, but to submit divorce papers without letting me know…
Well, as a parent, I did agree with the divorce for my son's sake. After hearing you out, I pitied how much you were tormenting him. There's no changing that staying with him would only make him suffer more because of you. This way, he's free. A wife like you is unwanted.
How am I tormenting Steve? What do you mean by free? He's not my prisoner. What did Steve say about me? Did he really complain about me? Because until this morning, everything seemed normal. He was all smiles, we didn't fight. I can't recall any grounds for wanting a divorce.
A lack of self-awareness is serious. First, he said having a money-sucker wife was too much, even though you claim to work. But really, you're completely unemployed, mooching off of him. You don't clean, do laundry, you just go shopping constantly. I heard you don't even cook, just order deliveries all the time.
What?
Not working, not doing chores, just lazing around. And you snap at him if he calls you out. He's physically and mentally exhausted from it. He cried, wishing he could have a homemade meal for once. He can't live like this anymore.
Huh?
See, no words, because it's the truth. That's why Steve wants a divorce, you see. He's really too kind, saying he won't even demand compensation from you for living expenses, since it will be hard after this. Isn't that a good deal for you? You should be grateful.
About what you just said, I don't recall any of it. Are you sure Steve actually said all that?
Still lying? But at least the unemployed part is true, right? Always at home relaxing. I've seen it with my own eyes. No point denying it.
I told you, I was on my break. How many times must I say it?
Okay, fine, whatever. Lie or truth doesn't matter. If Steve says he wants a divorce, it's over. Get it? It's better if you walk separate paths. Once feelings drift apart, it's finished. No point in clinging on.
But this is so sudden for me. I have no sense of reality about it.
Oh, he also said an unsupportive wife is useless. Apparently, you're quite stubborn and charmless beyond just at home. You were a dreadful wife out in public, too. Think about how he feels.
What? He really said such things?
You think I'm lying? I don't have time to make up such elaborate stories. I had to keep listening to him complain about this. Have some sympathy, it was agonizing.
But everything you're saying is contrary to my reality. If you're not lying, then Steve must be.
Shut up, blaming others because it's inconvenient for you. You want to say my son is a liar? Well then, tell me, why would Steve need to lie like this? Loving couples don't complain to each other's parents, right?
I don't know. If I did, I wouldn't be struggling with this.
Exactly. You live selfishly, tormenting Steve without any self-awareness. That's the truth. He has no time to make up such petty lies one by one. So stop stalling and pack your things immediately.
Remember, this apartment is mine, so I'll be sending Steve's things to you instead. Although there won't be much.
Wait, I'm double-checking with Steve first. Don't touch any of his belongings. There's a possibility you're the liar trying to take advantage of his kindness. I won't trust a toxic wife like you.
Suit yourself. I'm tired of this.
Sure, you worked when single, but honestly, could you really make enough for this unit? It's not a cheap place, is it? That alone is highly suspicious. No way you could afford it. Aren't you the one actually lying? Trying to mooch off Steve's kindness?
I've had enough. If you can't trust me, then we can go to court or whatever. I have nothing to hide. I absolutely won't leave, so I'm sending his stuff over to save time. Excuse me then, I have work.
Hey, wait! How brazen. Finally showing your true demonic nature. Shouldn't we get to the truth first before moving belongings around? Don't send his stuff without permission. You're really so selfish. Chloe, it's me, remember?
Me? Who is it?
Oh, you don't? It's me, Steve's mother. Don't you remember? I was worried about you, wondering how you were doing.
Please don't worry about me. I'm doing well. Did you need something?
Sorry to bother you when you're busy. Actually, I did want to ask you something.
Yes?
I happened to overhear. Is it true that you started your own company and are running a business?
Why are you asking me that now? Yes, it's true, but what about it? I thought you weren't interested in me.
I was just curious about how your business was doing.
What's with the sudden interest after you didn't believe anything I said before? Please think rationally. I wouldn't simply disclose such details to an outsider. What are you implying? Are you scheming something again?
Such a cold way to refer to me as an outsider. I'm not scheming anything. My apologies for the odd question. Actually, after the divorce, Steve did start living with me. But his behavior has been strange. He's become much more frugal and stingy with money than before.
You mean he's not paying his bills properly?
Well, yes, to put it harshly. Before, he would take me to fancy restaurants once a week, buy me expensive brand-name gifts.
Okay, and?
But as soon as we started living together, he stopped giving me living expenses. No more gifts or anything. When I asked, he said he had no money. But he didn't pay you any compensation from the divorce, did he? How could he have no money?
Exactly. There's no child support either. His entire income belongs to him now.
So I found it suspicious and grilled him about it. Reluctantly, he admitted, I could spend freely before because Chloe had credit cards.
Ah, I see. So he spilled it himself quite quickly. Wow.
Huh?
There's no doubt about that, okay? That's the truth. He was living extravagantly using my credit cards. I had warned him, but I let it go since he wouldn't listen.
What do you mean? You don't work. You were always at home. Weren't you depending on him?
Stubborn as always. I've told you before, I run my own business from home along with other ventures. I'm very busy.
Liar. Then what's your annual income?
Steve made around $30,000, right? I make about 20 times that.
What?
Well, if a wife had that much income, indulging would be tempting, I suppose. But that's an unreasonable level to drop down from, even if impossible now. Not my problem, though. Good luck with that.
Hey, wait! If that was the case, you should have told me your real income sooner. I wouldn't have divorced you if I knew.
What are you talking about? How is this related to money? I just don't like bragging about it.
If you had properly explained from the start, I could have understood you weren't unemployed, which I had misunderstood this whole time.
I did repeatedly say I was working. My apologies if that wasn't clear. But it doesn't matter now, does it?
It's simple. Just come back right away. Please, remarry my son.
Remarry?
Get back together with Steve. Reconcile. Isn't that what you want too? It hasn't even been a year since your marriage. Just refile and everything can go back to normal. I can handle the paperwork.
Reconcile? No way! I've finally gotten my life back and am enjoying it. We're both remarried.
What?
Going back to him is absolutely impossible.
Why not? You loved each other once, didn't you? You'll be back together in no time.
Just hearing those words is dreadful, a nightmare. I have no intention of reconciling with a liar. I'm glad we divorced.
Don't say that. There's definitely a possibility. Marriage takes continuous effort. Don't give up.
Not a single chance. We're already divorced. No need for any effort. And to be honest, I absolutely refuse to remarry into a family where the mother-in-law is only after my money. How pitiful.
I'm not after your money. Oh, did I give you that misimpression? Of course, I also want you to know that Steve admitted everything he said before was lies. He says he wants to reconcile too, so I'm just supporting that. It's the honest truth.
Impossible. Please give up. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a business meeting to attend.
Wait, hold on. Hello? I heard Steve is outside your company right now. Could you come out for a bit? That boy can be quite passionate.
So, it did turn out that way. Not passionate, but pathologically persistent. I thought those missed calls earlier were from that lying man. I've already contacted security. Please wait.
Security?
Yes, he clearly seems like a suspicious person. What a nuisance this is.
Hey, wait! Don't do anything. That could get serious. He's your husband. Take good care of him.
Speaking of convenience as always, treat him with care? Don't make me laugh. That foolish man loitering outside my company is just some other woman's husband, isn't he?
Huh?
After that, it didn't sit right with me, so I had my secretary investigate. He remarried right after our divorce. Spending all my money and having an affair? So despite listing all those complaints about me, you said such noble things like not demanding compensation? I guess you didn't want the truth coming out, huh?
No, that's not it. He just happened to get remarried around the same time. But he plans to divorce that woman too. He realized his one true love is only you.
Huh?
She really is the ultimate failed wife. Doesn't work, doesn't do housework, just stares at her face in the mirror all day, reeking of perfume. Of course, unlike you, she doesn't even have a work-from-home job. Living together made it crystal clear, a good-for-nothing wife. So I've been scolding her daily to educate her.
Oh, I see. How long have you been living together?
No need to worry, of course, since they got married.
That means you divorced Steve and I, then allowed his marriage to some random woman, and even lived with them shamelessly?
Yeah, exactly. I haven't done anything wrong.
The same mother-in-law who grilled me about every single detail and was reluctant about our marriage, allowing his marriage to some random woman? People do change, don't they? Or did old age just make you more easygoing?
You still have quite a mouth on you, huh? Anyway, what about reconciling? Instead of putting on airs with security, you two should properly discuss it.
Reconcile? I told you I have no intention of doing that. I'm seeking a permanent separation. I don't even want to see his face anymore, understand? Remember, never come to my company or home again. This is a full separation.
A permanent separation? But wouldn't he be pitiful then?
Pitiful? It's no longer my concern. Why don't you, his mother, take care of it? Well then, excuse me. Please don't contact me over such ridiculous matters again.
Hey, wait! Chloe, there's something I need you to do right away.
Oh, Sandra, what is it that you need me to do?
Your parents are really lacking common sense. I'm appalled. With a daughter-in-law like you, no wonder with parents like them. Anyway, you need to contact your actual family home. It seems there's been some misunderstanding.
Oh, you mean where they threw salt at us? My parents can be quite something. My bad. I've been in contact with them, so you can just go home. I have nothing more to discuss with you.
What do you mean? Please hear me out properly. It's an important matter. You see, I took Steve to your family home today to reintroduce him as their son-in-law, as well as to apologize. But they didn't say a word and just threw salt at us. I was so shocked.
I heard all about it. Well, it's understandable they reacted that way based on what you did. Taking initiative yourself was the wrong move, wasn't it? And didn't I already say I had remarried?
What? You weren't lying?
I definitely wouldn't lie about something like that. Please don't take it too far by forging fake marriage certificates like with the divorce papers. Those won't be accepted. And no barging into my home either. I won't be there. I'm actually on my honeymoon right now, at a super luxurious hot spring inn.
Wait, what is going on?
I got remarried 3 weeks ago. I guess fate has a way of meeting people. While I'm happily enjoying my newly wedded bliss, you contact me out of the blue, causing me stress that I have to relieve at this hot spring. Just how far are you going to unsettle me?
That's not what I meant. Why did you remarry without asking me?
I didn't need to listen. I already told you I wasn't going to say anything. Did I need permission from an outsider? Absolutely not. You lying, money-grubbing parent and child.
Lying parent and child? Money-grubbing?
I got a message from your ex-husband. He felt so sorry for me that he sympathized. Since he was in a different state, he could only hear from the two of you and wasn't able to take my side. He apologized about that. He also said he's taking you far away so we never have to meet again. He was the only decent one. That's why I pity him even more.
What?
So, you're being forcibly relocated to your ex-in-law's family home. I hear it's full of nature, so I hope it will cleanse your heart. Good luck to both you and your idiot son.
Huh? The family home? To live together?
Will you be demoted back to the daughter-in-law role, mother-in-law? Good luck with that. According to my ex-husband, having watchful eyes will provide peace of mind.
You must be joking. Things aren't going well with my mother-in-law at all. No, absolutely not.
With your personality, I'm sure you'd have trouble getting along with anyone, without a doubt. But that's not my problem, and it's none of my business. Good luck to you.
This is a disaster. Help me. You're my only hope now. Can't you divorce right away? I'll do anything you say, so please come live with me here. Doesn't that sound fun?
I have zero interest in that. But just out of curiosity, what would be the benefit for me remarrying into your family?
Being with Steve again.
That lying, money-grubbing man? Sounds like a negative to me. I gain nothing from it. Plus, I'd have you there too, always prying into everything.
Besides, you have me. We know each other well, don't we?
No, that busybody granny obsessed with nagging would be the biggest negative. Thinking about it, there's not a single benefit. I'm so glad I got divorced.
Are you kidding me? The situation is dire.
Only dire for you, isn't it? You're the one acting so suspiciously, it's laughable. I face no repercussions. Oh, I did forget to mention one thing. I had a chance to speak with the wife he's separated from now. Apparently, they have been having an affair since before the divorce. She's on my side now, regretting marrying that scumbag. I heard the whole story.
What?
In exchange for not demanding compensation from her, that lying man handed over all evidence of his infidelity. Audio, photos, message exchanges, everything that proves you knew about it and covered it up. I kept all the evidence.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Since you two were so insistent, the statute of limitations hasn't passed, so I will be demanding compensation after all.
What? You can't do that.
What do you mean? Of course I can. She's willing to provide the evidence, believing I mean no harm. I also have other proof, so I'll be demanding compensation as well. Oh, I can't wait to see the look of despair on your faces when my lawyer contacts you.
Don't you have a conscience? There's a fine line between right and wrong as a human being.
Huh? I'm simply returning everything you did to me. Punishment for repeatedly mocking me. Learn your lesson, you scummy parent and child. Never contact me again.
But doing that would put Steve in a difficult position. It may not matter to you anymore, but it greatly impacts us.
An impact? That's karma for you. You tried to trap me, and it backfired completely.
But don't you have any sense of compassion?
Compassion? How much compassion did you show me when you made endless selfish excuses?
But we were family.
Family? Seems you were using that as an excuse to try controlling me. I won't be fooled any longer. There's nothing more to discuss.
Wait, please reconsider this one more time.
Reconsider? It's too late. Now it's your turn to reap what you sowed against me. After that, I received a decent amount of compensation from my ex-husband. The legal process went smoothly through my lawyer, so it was resolved much faster than expected. I heard my ex-father-in-law gave a stern lecture to my ex-mother-in-law and ex-husband about how they will have to live their lives going forward. Then, my ex-mother-in-law was taken by my ex-father-in-law to live and work at an acquaintance's factory. She protested vigorously, but had no way to escape. My ex-husband, having lost everything, also works at the same factory. Apparently, their days consist of laboring from early morning until late night,
returning home utterly exhausted. The luxuries they once had, like fancy restaurants and brand-name gifts, are now just a far-off dream. This is simply the appropriate consequence for their past misdeeds. As for me, my husband and I are currently making plans to embark on a honeymoon trip together.
Hey, Mom. It's me. I tried contacting you about introducing Ashley. It's finally this week. Having you bring your partner home feels like a dream. It's amazing how my son, whom I've raised for 30 years, is starting his own family. Hey, just wanted to give you a heads up in advance. Ashley has some serious trauma when it comes to dealing with in-law issues. What do you mean? Her mom and her grandma used to clash a lot, and seeing that made her really scared. She's worried she might end up facing the same tough times as her mom herself. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. To be frank, Ashley isn't really keen on meeting you, Mom. I'm different from Ashley's mom or grandma. She doesn't have to feel any pressure around me. I'm a whole different person. Also, I think it's because we're poor too. What? She said she doesn't want to deal with poor folks because she's afraid she'll get taken advantage of and lose everything. So, she's not really up for mingling with them. What are you talking about? That's the situation. So, Mom, try not to bother her with unnecessary chatter. It just makes her uncomfortable. Really? That doesn't sound right. I just want to know the type of girl you're marrying. I thought a little chat might help with that. Of course, I won't pry into everything. Not prying, just hoping for some small talks. Just, please don't do that. What? You might make her feel uncomfortable. How so? Isn't it normal to want to know about your son's future partner? I'm saying it's unnecessary. Bringing Ashley should be enough, right? We'll just pop in briefly and head out. What? I don't want her to feel some type of way before we get married. This is Ashley. Thank you for welcoming me today. Hi, Ashley. Thank you for texting me. I hope you had a good time. I was a bit worried. Please, take good care of my son. Of course I will. By the way, what's up? We don't have any plans on visiting you after we get married, so... Huh? We're not going to visit you anymore. I'm marrying John, not his family. He said that's fine with him. No way. What about Christmas? New Year's? I want to at least spend that with him and have a good time. Not meeting at all is just not possible, is it? John is okay with not seeing you. There's no good time in a poor family. Poor? He said that? Yes, he did. After his father passed away when he was little, you worked very hard to raise John, but he said you were always struggling financially. Huh? I don't remember ever making John feel poor. And John always seemed to be lonely, you know. Well, I had to raise him since his father passed away. You were poor, so you had no choice but to work hard, right? Yeah, you gotta work to make a living, don't you? Despite that, we lived comfortably, and he always had everything he wanted. Isn't that just how you see it, though? I don't think so. Thankfully, both my parents have always worked. I've grown up without any trouble since I was a kid. I'm sure my parents will look after John well from now on. So you don't need to worry about anything. Well, that's good, and I'm grateful for that. But I can't rely on them completely. I'm saying it's fine, so it's fine. Ashley? Anyway, I won't be visiting you. I don't think I'll be reaching out either. If you need anything from me, please go through John. What? I don't want to speak with you anymore, so please communicate any matters through John.
Mom, just to let you know, Ashley and I welcome a precious baby boy.
What? That's great news. Congratulations. I didn't know anything about it until now.
I thought, since we won't be seeing each other, I didn't really need to tell you.
What? I won't even get to meet my first grandchild?
I'm okay with you seeing him, but it's all up to Ashley. If she says yes, I'll take him to see you.
If she says yes? I'm his grandmother too, you know. Being his real grandma, I have every right to meet him, don't you think?
Did you forget what Ashley said? She depends on her parents, so Mom doesn't need to do anything. I don't want to do anything without her knowing. Plus, Ashley does not want to expose him to a poor household vibe.
Why do you two keep saying that? I'm still working and making a living.
You can't be too extravagant on a part-time income, can you? It's better to rely on Ashley's parents. That way, we and our kids will have a better life.
Is that how you talk to your own mother? I've had enough. I'll just send the gift to your home instead. Miranda, what's the deal with this gift? I never asked for anything like this. Hi, Ashley. How's your health after giving birth? Congratulations, by the way. It's not really that much, but I wanted you to have something nice. Can you accept it? Why are you sending cash? We're not exactly struggling, you know. I didn't mean it like that. Since we don't see each other often and can't talk much, I wasn't sure what you'd like, so I thought it would be best for you to pick something you want. I know what you're up to. Huh? You're trying to buy my son with money, aren't you? Huh? What do you mean? You thought if you gave me the money, you'd get to see your son, didn't you? Ashley, that's not my intention. I just wanted to give you something for the baby. Why would you think that? You're thinking of making him the heir just because he's a boy, aren't you? I can see through that. But this isn't a joke. My parents would definitely be furious if they found out I was being groomed as the heir of such a poor family. What do you mean by poor family? I think you and John have misunderstood something. Why can't you just accept my gift? It's because you're poor. You've been living your whole life planning things with an agenda, haven't you? Even this time, you thought that if you invested in your son and held on to him, you would never have to worry about money, didn't you? Why would I think that? I'm not struggling financially. Please, just leave us alone. I have no intention of letting my son see you in the future. I'd appreciate it if you could stay away from us. We will build a happy family together without you. We don't need anything from you. Hold on, Ashley. You guys have got it all wrong. Just listen to me, please. No, I don't want to talk to you. I made it clear when we got married. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.
Mom, what have you done? Thanks to you, Ashley is pissed off.
I didn't do anything to offend her. I just gave her a baby gift. How is that bad?
Yes, it is. No one asked you for it. Where did you even get the money?
You know what? You've been saying we're poor for ages, but aren't you misunderstanding something?
No need to play dumb. Ashley was wondering why you'd send money when you're poor, as if it's some kind of insult. Why did you send us cash?
What do you mean? I didn't know what you'd like, so I just wanted you to choose something you'd enjoy.
Mom, Are you trying to force us into living together by giving us cash as if it's some kind of favor?
Huh? Why do you and Ashley only think of things that way?
Living day to day is tough, right? Since Dad passed away, you've been working nonstop. I've been home alone, feeling lonely all the time.
I do feel like I've made you feel lonely in that regard, and I'm sorry. But why does that mean we have to be poor?
You worked hard for low pay, right? You couldn't take breaks because it wouldn't bring in money, so you had to work, even if it meant leaving me alone. Growing up in a single-parent home, I always had to make sacrifices.
Huh?
So when I got married, I wanted to build a happy, financially secure home without Mom getting in the way.
What are you talking about?
Ashley was the one who understood my situation like that. She listened to what I've been through. She knows how lonely I was growing up. We've spent our whole life hiding our poverty because you're a single mother. But now, I can live a life where I don't have to worry about money. Both her parents are alive and well, and I know they will continue to support us in the future. I don't want to take care of you when you get older. You're going to spend your last days alone and lonely.
Well, so you really weren't happy growing up? I've always worked hard just to make you happy, but it seems like none of that got through to you. All right. Don't come crying to me later.
Huh?
Did I ever make you feel financially tight? I've always made sure you got what you wanted. Well, except for the fancy stuff.
You didn't get me video games, did you? All my friends were playing it together but me.
That's because you didn't keep your promise, right? You took advantage of me coming home late and just goofed off instead of doing your homework.
Well,
I sent you to a fancy private high school, let you join all the clubs you wanted, remember? Whenever you wanted to go to cram school, I paid the tuition and let you go to your favorite one. For college, I even sent you to the most prestigious private university around here, known for its high tuition fees. And when you said you wanted to live alone, I rented a brand new apartment with top-notch security, didn't I? So where's the poverty in all of that? What have you had to sacrifice?
You're right.
I've never made you sacrifice anything when it comes to money, have I?
Ashley had me completely brainwashed. But honestly, I've never felt financially deprived. I just remember feeling lonely because I couldn't be with Mom.
You never seem to show much interest in me. Since it seems like you're not aware, let me fill you in. Your father was the owner of a company, but when he passed away, I had no choice but to take over. I had to ensure the welfare of his employees too.
What are you talking about?
I'm the president of the company.
What?
I've never experienced poverty. I'm forever grateful to your father for that. His company allowed me to raise you well. All I had to do was pour my energy into keeping the company thriving.
What?
Because of all the work I've put in, the company's doing way better now. I can live comfortably on my own, and I don't have to stress about when I get old.
You're kidding, right? You were rich?
Your dad always intended for you to step up and run his company when the timing felt right.
Really? I'm going to be the CEO?
That was his wish, but things have changed now.
What do you mean?
You and your wife despise me so much, you completely cut ties after your wedding. Then, out of nowhere, I find out I'm going to be a grandparent. But when I tried to send a gift, you shut me down, saying it's none of my business. You looked down on me and mocked me for not being as well off. And you expect me to hand over your dad's company to you? No way.
I won't stand for it. Wait a minute, Mom. I didn't know anything. That Dad ran a company? That he was the president? That you took over as president? Because I grew up feeling lonely. I always thought we were poor.
Even if you didn't know, I just can't let it slide. People who bully the vulnerable won't get any respect. I'm not letting you inherit this company.
No way. If I become the president, I can surely make sure Ashley and the kids live without worries. Mom, please accept me as your successor.
Being a president isn't as easy as you think. It's not for you. Oh, and by the way, the apartment you're living in belongs to my company.
What?
Our company deals in real estate, so we handle rentals too. Because you said you wanted to live alone, you've been getting away with paying a reduced rent. But starting now, you'll need to pay the full amount.
Are you serious? If the rent goes up, our life will be even harder. Cut us some slack, please.
If you can't afford it, then pack your bags and leave the apartment immediately. There are plenty of cheaper places out there to rent. I'm done looking after you. From now on, you need to live like a responsible adult. Don't count on me for any more help.
Mom, it's my fault. All of this happened because of my misunderstanding. Please forgive me.
That's it. I'm done considering you my son. Go ahead. Live your life however you want. Miranda, it's Ashley. We've realized that our misunderstanding caused a lot of discomfort for you, Mom. I'm really sorry. I sincerely apologize. Oh, Ashley, there's no need to apologize. I'm sure you meant everything you said. No. So, you judge people solely based on their work and financial situation, huh? That's why you look down on me for working hard as a single mom, isn't it? In other words, you saw me as a burden, didn't you? That's not true. You don't have to try hard. As a supposed burden, I won't be seeing you two ever again. Please don't say that. I fully intend to apologize for my mistakes. You don't have to apologize. I have no intention of having anything to do with you guys anymore. So... What? Then what about our child? He's your grandchild. You won't ever let me see him anyway. So what's the point? I said things without knowing you. I'm really sorry. I had no idea that you were the president of the company. I was just scared of family conflicts from my upbringing. That's all it was. Please forgive me. Ashley, I don't know what happened in your family, but I don't think it's fair to label people as poor without even talking to them, and to avoid those who are less fortunate. Yes, I do want to change from now on. By all means, do so. I think it's important to be considerate of others, no matter what the situation. I understand. So, would you consider making John the future president? That's a whole different story. Business is built on trust, you know? Right now, I have zero trust in him. What? You know what, Ashley? It's really tough to regain trust once it's lost. At least for now, I've no intention of making John the successor. Oh no, I believe it's because of me that he started to dislike you. It's my fault. That's why please consider making John the successor. No matter the reasons, the bottom line is, there's no trust. So I'm definitely not handing over my husband's company to him. Miranda. Oh, and I think John mentioned it, but don't forget about the apartment situation too. Huh? Decide by the end of this month whether you'll pay the full rent or leave. Oh no, with his income, there's no way we can afford it.
Then why don't you look for a cheaper place and move out?
It's not that easy to find a place, and it will cost a lot to move.
Stop cherry-picking what suits you. Decide if you're renewing or ending your lease by the end of this month. I'll have the staff follow up, so be prepared for that.
Miranda, please don't take this away from us.
You've only got 2 options. Discuss it with John and decide. And I don't want anything to do with you two anymore. Don't ever contact me again.
Miranda, please don't say such harsh things.
How dare you? You've been rejecting me all along. Just remember, life doesn't always bend to your will. Goodbye.
Don't you want to see your grandchildren? Miranda, please.
Later on, my son and his wife had to move out of the apartment. It's understandable because they couldn't afford the rent. Well, it was my decision to let them stay there, so maybe I made a mistake in my parenting. Anyway, both of them are now responsible adults, and as parents of 1 child each. I hope they will approach their future with a good sense of responsibility. It seems Ashley's parents didn't know anything about it. And when they heard the details, they gave their daughter and my son a good scolding. Thanks to that, without any support from their in-laws, they are now quietly living in a cheap, small apartment. I believe it was a good lesson for my son and his wife. It's very unfortunate that I can't see my grandchildren, but I have no intention of helping them at all. I continue to lead busy days as usual. With all that's happened, I'm considering planning a cruise trip for a fresh start.
Carl, I'm sorry. I want you to come to the Riverside Hospital. What? Why? I mean, when are you coming back? I'm hungry. Sorry, I won't be home for a while. Huh? What do you mean? I was in an accident and I've just been sent to the hospital by ambulance. Really? I don't need that kind of joke. It's true. I just got treated at the emergency room. Wait, seriously? I told you it's true. I also hit my head, so I have to stay in the hospital for a while. So I need you to do the paperwork. God, what are you going to do about our trip to Hawaii tomorrow? We can't go. I've been told to stay here just in case. I was really looking forward to it. So was I. I'm sorry, but can you call the travel agency and cancel it? Cancel? We don't have a choice. I want you to come to the hospital for the procedures, and I'd like you to bring some of my stuff, so please come. God, okay. Carl, not yet? Huh? What? I asked you to come to the hospital, didn't I? It's been 2 hours. When are you coming? Oh, I forgot. Huh? What do you mean you forgot? I've been waiting for you. You're in the hospital room already, right? Well, yes. To be honest, I had you to come to do the paperwork before moving into the room, but you didn't show up, so I talked to the nurse and she let me go ahead and move to the room. But you didn't show up, so I talked to the nurse and she let me go ahead and move to the room. Huh? You're not coming? Look, I have to wake up early tomorrow and you seem to be fine, so I don't have to go. Tomorrow? You're going on a trip? I thought there would be a cancellation fee, so I looked it up and found out that they will charge us 100% of it for cancellations made the day before. It's stupid to pay the full amount for a trip you're not even going on, right? Then I thought, why don't I just go? Well, I'm stuck in the hospital. You're going on a trip by yourself without even visiting me? There's no way I'm going alone. I asked my coworker and he said he wants to go, so I decided to go with him. Don't worry, I'll bring you plenty of souvenirs. Wait, I can't believe it. Hey, that's my word. It's your own fault you got in an accident and you had to be hospitalized. It's not my fault. Your wife got in an accident and ended up in the hospital. Aren't you worried about me? Well, you seem to be fine. You can text me a lot like this, so you should be fine. Fine, I'll ask my mom. Well, I'm going to bed and prepare for my trip tomorrow. Call me if you need anything. It's a beautiful day. It's a perfect day for a trip. My coworker is enjoying a lot too. I can leave the hospital to take care of you and I'll go and take care of my coworker. Look forward to the souvenirs. See you later. Hey, Lynn, are you mad at me? You could at least reply me.
Having fun on your trip?
Yup, I'm having a blast. 5 days really fly by. I really don't want to go home.
You don't have to come back.
Hey, what are you saying? Don't get so mad at me. I've already bought plenty of souvenirs.
I'll look forward to it. I also have a present for you too.
For me?
Yes, look forward to it.
I don't know what it is, but, well, okay. By the way, I'll be at the airport on the day after tomorrow at 1 p.m., so can you and come pick me up? I've bought so many souvenirs and I'm in trouble. Hey, where are you? I'm already at the airport.
Sorry, I don't think I can make it, so please take a cab or something.
What? Really? Are you still in the hospital? You could have told me earlier.
There are plenty of cabs at the airport, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure I can get one. Okay, I'm going home now. I'm going to the hospital after I drop my stuff off.
Be safe.
Hey, what's going on? There's nothing in the house.
Oh, I hadn't told you yet. I moved out.
What? Moved out? During my trip?
Yeah, I just got all the stuff out yesterday.
I mean, I don't understand. Well, where's our new house? You have to tell me where it is.
Let's see, the address is 7014 River Street.
Huh? That's my parents' address, right? Wait, you moved in with my parents? You mean we're going to live with them?
Oh, only you are going back to your parents' house. My house is different.
Huh? What do you mean?
You and I are getting divorced, so we have to live separately.
Divorce? Wait, why? What's going on? Don't make funny jokes. I don't get it.
Did you enjoy your trip with your girlfriend?
What?
I'm asking you, did you have fun on the trip and cheating on me with a girl who is from your company?
Huh? Why?
I had to be hospitalized because of the accident, so I called my coworker. Then it seems that she was in Hawaii at the same time. She thought of me and texted me along with a bunch of nice photos.
No way.
It looks like you were having a lot of fun.
No, Lynn, no. She is really just a coworker.
There are more. You know, kissing this cute girl, cuddling with her, but she's still just a coworker, huh?
Wait. Let me explain. I'm going to the hospital now. Lynn, sorry. Please, will you at least listen to me?
I'm sorry, but I don't have anything to talk to you anymore. Besides, I don't want to see your face anymore. From now on, if you come to the hospital, I'll make you leave like I did before.
No.
Let's talk about the future through a lawyer. You should go back to your parents' house. Your mother is packing up all your stuff and taking them to her house.
Huh? Don't tell me Mom knows about this.
My family and your family all know. Duh.
Why would you? It's about us. Why are you telling everyone first?
Why? When they heard I was in the hospital, they all came because they were worried about me. The only one who didn't come was you, my husband.
No, because the trip.
Right. We had been planning this trip for 6 months, and I was really looking forward to it, and I knew you were too. But I can't imagine prioritizing a trip when your wife was in an accident and had to be hospitalized. Your parents both cried and apologized to me.
Even though you were in the hospital, I thought you would be able to get out soon, and since you were able to communicate normally, I thought you would be fine. First of all, it's because of your carelessness that we are in the situation, right? It's not my fault.
Sure, it's my fault that I got into the accident, but I don't need a husband who leaves the person he is going to spend the rest of his life with and go on a trip with some other girl. My family and your parents agreed with me. They helped me with the moving arrangements and moving out my stuff. I am so grateful.
Are we really getting divorced?
Of course. Oh, and I'm selling that house. The only place you can go back to is your parents' house.
What? You sold it? Why are you selling my house without my permission?
My house? It's my house. Did you forget?
Huh? Mom also knows about this?
You couldn't get a loan with your low income, so I bought the house under my name since I have a higher income than you, right?
Oh, that might have been it. Since it's under my name, you have no right to complain about what I do with it. It will be sold at the end of this month. Oh, by the way, I've told you about this case to your company.
What? You told the company?
Of course I did.
Wait, there's no need to tell them. What are you doing?
Oh, you don't know why I was in the accident?
A reason?
Yeah, I was in an accident because I protected a child who ran into the road.
Oh, really? And the kid is...
Of course, he's fine. While I was in the hospital, the child's family came to visit me. We were talking and I couldn't believe it was someone from your company.
What?
The head of the sales department.
What? Manager? No way.
So he said he wanted to apologize to you too, but you were on a happy vacation with a girl from your company, right? So I politely explained to him what kind of situation we're in.
Oh no.
He was extremely angry. I heard there were rumors in the company that you and the girl might be having an affair. I wonder how long you've been cheating on me.
What? I've never heard of such a thing.
Of course you haven't. You won't hear rumors about yourself. Well, I'm sure it's already spread throughout the company. I feel sorry.
Oh no, Lynn, please. It's not too late. Can you tell the manager that everything was wrong? I won't be able to go to work if you don't.
I don't care. You deserve it.
Damn, this can't be. I lost my house, my job. You did all this without telling me. I'm gonna sue you.
Go ahead if you can. Then let's just settle this through our lawyers. Goodbye.
I'm sorry.
Will you stop texting me?
Lynn, I need you to listen to me, please.
Why are you trying to put me in a good mood just because you lost a trial? You're really annoying.
Lynn, please. I'm about to get fired. If that happens, I won't be able to divide the property. Hey, please reconsider.
Even if you have to borrow money, I'll have you pay what you need to.
Oh no.
Oh, and I'll ask for child support, so please keep that in mind.
What? Child support?
I'm pregnant, so I'm going to ask for child support for the baby and the property division.
A baby? My child? Are you kidding me? Then the child needs a father, right? Lynn, let's start over. I'll do my best.
That's disgusting.
What?
I can't believe that someone who can't even take care of his own wife can take care of his unborn child. I can't be family with you. The only family I have is my parents and my unborn child. So please don't reach me again. Please pay the property division and child support. Afterwards, my ex-husband, who had a poor sales record to begin with, was fired from his job as the company could not continue to employ him after what had spread within the company. He did not want to divorce me by any means, so he began to visit my workplace frequently and was arrested for trespassing. As for me, my baby is growing up fine and I can't wait for him to be born. With the property division and child support from my ex-husband, I am living happily without any inconvenience.
Veronica, thank you for helping me pick out my dress the other day. Oh, you're welcome. You have terrible taste, by the way. What? To be honest, I think that dress was a little too flashy. Was it? I like that design. Well, I understand your taste. As David's wife, I think a more modest and elegant dress would be better. I see. I wonder if David thinks so too. Yes, I'm sure he likes that kind of dress. So you should at least make your makeup look a little more natural. Yes, I will take your advice. Also, you should think a little more about your hair. That fancy updo is a bit, you know. And the dress is flashy too. I like that hairstyle. Yes, your preference is important too. But I think it would be better for David if you kept it more modest. I understand. I'll talk to him about it. By the way, Mary, are you really ready to marry David? Of course I am. I have known David for a long time, and we have supported each other. Well, I'm sorry for you. To be honest, I think there is a more suitable woman for David.
What do you mean?
Mary, please don't take this the wrong way, but you are a little too conspicuous. I think a more modest and homely woman would suit David.
Veronica, isn't that a little rude? We love each other and I want to support David.
Maybe so, but marriage isn't just about love. It's about building a family, and it's also about being in harmony with those around you. Mary, you are a little too assertive.
Assertive, I see. But, Veronica, I sincerely wish David's happiness. That's why I wanted to get married and always be by his side.
I hope that's true. But if you really care about him, I hope you'll reconsider whether there's a more suitable woman for him.
Veronica, I love David, and he loves me too. We want to build a happy family together.
Then I want you to make an effort to be more modest. For David's sake and your own.
Yes, okay.
Well, okay. Anyway, let's talk again about dresses and makeup.
Yes, I understand. Thank you very much for today. Veronica, where are you? Please get back to us immediately. I'm very worried because I cannot get in touch with you. If you see this text, please reply as soon as possible.
Sorry, I just saw your messages. I was taking a hot bath and didn't notice. So, is there something wrong?
A hot bath? You can come soon, right? I need you to hurry.
What do you mean? Did something happen today? I don't know what you're talking about.
Today is the wedding day. David's family and relatives aren't here yet. I was told by the people at the wedding hall that you haven't gotten your dress yet. Where is everybody?
Oh, was it today?
I'm sorry. I thought it was next week.
My husband and I are on vacation in the next state. I can't believe this is happening.
I can't believe it. Where are you? Can you come back soon?
We're in Las Vegas. Do you know? It's a nice place.
Las Vegas? Then you can't make it in time.
Well, that's a problem. But I've already bought tickets to the theater for the day after tomorrow. I'm so sorry. I'm so clumsy and careless. Even my husband gets angry with me a lot.
What about your relatives? Are you in touch with them?
Well, they called me the other day and we talked. Oh no, I thought it was next week, so I told everyone it was next week.
What? That's beyond careless, Veronica. I can't believe you made a mistake on such an important day.
Nobody won't be able to get there today. It's a pity that the bride's relatives are the only ones at the wedding. David must be in trouble too.
Only the bride's relatives? How did you know that my colleagues and friends didn't come either? How did you know that?
Oh, didn't you say so? My memory is kind of fuzzy.
No, I didn't say anything about my colleagues and friends. I don't remember saying that to David or anyone either.
Oh, really? Assumption is a scary thing. I've been suffering from dementia lately.
Did you do something? Not only the groom's relatives, but even my friends and colleagues didn't show up. How could this happen?
That's an accusation. I would never do such a thing. If you have proof, show it to me. If you think that the people you invited didn't show up, then maybe you're not a popular person.
Even if I'm not a popular person, David's friends didn't come either. He is a well-liked person. And yet, don't you think it's strange that no one came?
Why don't you hurry up and call them and gather them? That's the least you can do, isn't it?
David is contacting all the guests right now, but everyone seems to be thinking that the wedding was canceled.
Oh, well, why don't you really cancel it? It's miserable to have a wedding with no guests, isn't it? There's no need to go through with that.
Do you know what you're saying? Are you seriously saying that you want us to cancel the wedding?
I'm sure David can find a better bride, and you don't have a good reputation, so it's not a bad idea, right?
I understand. I'll cancel today's wedding.
Oh dear, it was such a nice place for a wedding. I'm sorry we're here on a vacation.
Yes, it was a very nice place. So even if we cancel, we will have to pay the full amount. David and I have to work hard from now on.
Oh my! If the marriage is going to be canceled, shouldn't you be the one to pay the full amount? Because a wedding is a place where the bride can be as selfish as she wants to be. The bride's expenses are higher than the groom's, and I don't want David to be bothered with it.
That's not the way it works either. We are getting married, and it was both of our weddings, so the cost is split 50-50. Besides, you have responsibilities too.
It's not very presentable to get married without a wedding. It's unthinkable to do such a half-hearted thing.
There are more and more couples like that these days. The truth is, we could have a wedding just us and my family as it is.
There's no way they would allow such a thing. A wedding without the groom's parents? I can't tell you how much I put into raising David.
I'm sure David would want his parents and relatives to be able to attend the wedding, and we will consider having the ceremony again. However, we spent a lot of money this time, so we can't have as big a ceremony as we were going to this time.
Mary, reply to me right now. There is something I need you to explain. What on earth is this?
Yes, Veronica, what's wrong?
What do you think you're doing? What is this postcard?
Oh, did you get it? I worked so hard to get it to you as soon as possible.
How on earth did you have a wedding? Explain it to me.
After what happened 10 days ago, I talked it over with David. It would be a waste to cancel the ceremony at that point, so we decided to have a ceremony just with my family.
And David agreed to that?
Yes, he did. Even my grandfather, who had been looking forward to seeing me in the wedding dress, came all the way from far away. So we had no problem to have a wedding. It's a real shame that you all couldn't come, but we still had a happy day.
So, why are you using a picture of the two of you with the bride's family for the wedding report? Do you think you can neglect the groom's family?
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm really a screw-up and careless person. It's not that I wasn't thinking about your family. But when it came time to take the picture, I just went ahead with it in the heat of the moment.
There's no way this could have been done carelessly. I really can't believe your attitude.
Actually, David was also very depressed because you could not come. Still, I thought it was important for us to do the best we could and have a happy day.
David was depressed? If that's the case, you shouldn't have had the wedding without us, right?
That's what he said, but in the end, he decided to look on the bright side. We wanted to cherish that important moment in our lives, even if some were missing. I really wanted you to celebrate with us, but circumstances had to be taken care of.
Still, I can't believe they would use a photo of the wedding without the groom's side of the family.
Why is that? You missed the wedding because you were careless, and then went through the trouble to tell the guests that the wedding was no longer held. That's something I can't believe.
You don't have any proof that I called the guests to tell them the wedding was canceled. That's an accusation.
I asked everyone.
What?
After the wedding, I contacted each and every guest and asked them. They all said you contacted them the day before and told them that there would be no wedding because the marriage had broken up. They said they were in shock because of the breakup. You even told them to leave us alone because we were depressed.
Did I say that? I've been suffering from dementia lately. If you have proof, show it to me.
Do you enjoy bullying me?
Of course I do. Oh,
I really wonder what kind of person you think you are.
I can't help but worry about leaving David in the hands of someone like you.
Veronica, I guess you've become senile. You couldn't even think about your son's grief.
That was a leading question, wasn't it? You tricked me.
That's not what I'm trying to do. If you really wanted to celebrate our marriage, you wouldn't have done this, would you? David is really sad too.
He is?
Yes. David was really shocked by your behavior. I told you, didn't I? How can you prioritize picking on me without even thinking about his grief? It's the same as becoming mentally slow. Oh, that's not right. You accidentally forgot about it, right?
I didn't forget. I'm not that out of it.
You didn't forget?
Oh.
Well, I knew that. David is even angrier than I am. He said you're not his mother because you did this kind of nonsense. That's why the picture in the postcard is the family picture he wanted. He doesn't consider you family anymore.
That can't be true.
He was crying, saying he called you the day before.
He was crying?
He has apologized to all the guests in person. He also gave them that postcard at that time.
You're lying. He didn't say anything to them, did he?
What do you mean?
That thing, you know, about the wedding, about the cancellation.
Oh, you mean the story about you calling without telling us to cancel the wedding? If that's the case, he explained it to them very thoroughly, showing our text messages.
Oh my God! My relatives are going to get angry at me. I'm going to get in trouble.
You were aware that you had done something that would make them angry. My relatives, my friends, and the people at work all sympathized with me. They understood my situation and helped me.
I got a call that my relatives are coming over here. You guys should come over here too. It's your fault for trying to have a wedding without my permission.
Your husband apologized.
My husband?
You don't have dementia, you know that. Anyway, you blocked David's number on his cell. It's a premeditated crime, going out of your way to make it impossible for us to contact your husband.
How did you know that?
Because your husband is a serious person, not someone who would harass us like you. David went back to your home to tell him something was going on when you were out at a dance class.
So, he knows all this too?
Yes, he does. And he will pay for the wedding. In addition to that, your dancing class, baking class, ukulele class, and quilting class, he decided to make you stop various other lessons and pay the wedding fee with those tuitions. Spending $2,000 per month for all those lessons is crazy.
If I stopped going, I wouldn't have any friends. All my fun would be gone.
I was so close to really losing my friends too. Because of your lies, I was made out to be a very unfaithful woman who was just trying to steal their money.
That's a bit of an exaggeration, but it's mostly true.
Mostly true? Are you sure you're not mistaking me for someone else? David and I trust each other, and such rumors are groundless. Do you realize how many misunderstandings have arisen because of the lies that you spread? All my friends and colleagues were puzzled at first. I will never forget the expressions on their faces when they learned the truth.
I was worried about David. I did what I did because I was thinking of his future.
If you were worried, you should have had a discussion with him from the beginning. It is more sincere to talk to him rather than sneaking around behind our backs. That's what family is all about, isn't it? Your way won't make anyone happy. Anyway, come over here now. Protect me. I can't. We're at the spa right now. What? He told me that he wants to relax, so I took him to a spa to cheer him up. We also came here to have a nice steak dinner. Where's the spa? I'm sure it's somewhere local. Then you can come here soon. We're about 3 hours away, so we can't. 3 hours away? So I can't come right now. Please get scolded from your husband and relatives. Oh no! I'll lose my position if I don't do something about it. I can't even go to my lessons. What should I do if my husband divorces me? I can't face David. That's about the extent of what you did. I'm angry too. More than anything else, you made my dear husband sad and cry. I can't forgive you for that more than the bullying. Mary, I'm sorry. I can't imagine that I won't be able to see David. Please help me. My life, my relationships, everything is falling apart. First of all, please apologize to David. He worked so hard to prepare for the wedding so that everyone could enjoy it. But because of you, it was ruined. You should know how much it hurt him. I've been trying to reach him, but I can't get through. What should I do? I really don't know what to do. I want to apologize to him directly, but I can't even talk to him. I see. He must have been in quite a shock. What you did must have cost him a lot of heartbreak. Please tell David that I'm sorry too. Tell him to call me. I can't stand the thought of losing my lessons, my position, and David. What in the world do I have to live for? We lost our once-in-a-lifetime wedding. Do you understand that? You have no idea how much trouble you have caused to many people. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I just did it to embarrass you a little. I never imagined it would be this big of a deal. I just wanted to get you in trouble. You went through the trouble of copying the guest list from David's house and contacting every one of them, which was a bit much. I'm worried about having such a thief-like relative, so I'm not going to tell you about our new house and move far away. Oh no! Please don't do that! I really regret what I did. I will do my best to repair our relationship from now on, so please give me another chance. From now on, let's change our minds and build a good relationship. I will do my best too. Please don't give up on me. Tell David, please don't give up on me. I'm sorry, I can't try. So, goodbye. I'm leaving you so that David and I can be happy. Please don't disturb us anymore. Goodbye. After that, Veronica was scolded terribly by her husband. He scolded her for ruining our wedding. And he was furious when he learned of her numerous harassments against us. She now lives under her husband's strict supervision. She can no longer behave as she used to. I wonder if it was her husband's mercy that kept them from getting divorced. Relatives also voiced strong condemnation of her behavior. They are all saying that they will dissociate themselves from her. She ended up alone for what she had done. Her once glamorous life was gone. She spends her days in solitude and regret. On the other hand, David and I have started a new life together. Through this experience, we were able to further strengthen our bond and reaffirm the importance of each other. We have built a new life together, and our days are filled with smiles and happiness. The lonely ending of Veronica's life reminds me that it is important to be faithful to one another. We intend to continue to move forward with mutual respect and trust for each other. I would like to live a happy life with David.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!